morning, my family and friends. It is Thursday, March 20th, and I'm going to head out to the high tunnel. I closed it up last night because we had a little bit of chilly weather, not real bad. It was about 38-ish degrees, and so I closed down the sides. And now the sun is out, and so I need to open it up before it gets too hot in there. So we have been busy around here. We're trying to add some flowers and so Pete's already been out here this morning. It is glorious today. Oh, I got a chicken girl out, but that's okay. Hello, baby, what you doing? We are down to one chicken coop, and it was ridiculously easy. What we did was we closed the door on the little coop, and we closed it like during the daytime, and then we had this coop close a little bit late just to make sure, and they all went in, and so that was really easy. We were worried that we were going to have to go grab them at night and put them in this coop, but yeah, they just went in. Rocky went in, and all his girls followed. I think there was one girl sitting on the porch, but I just went and got her. And anyway, so we're down to one coop, which is very nice. So eggs are all in one coop. Out here, I've got strawberries. So these are the strawberries that are from last year that were out in the field, basically. And I dug them up and put them in here, and I have had 0 deaths. So I'm pretty happy about that. And then these are all of our fig trees that we started from cuttings. And we've got them out here now. They were in the high tunnel over the winter, but now they're out here and they're budding out, and so things are looking good. So we have been working in the high tunnel, getting it ready for spring planting. So this is where all the cabbage was, and it's all ready for tomatoes. I've still got Brussels sprouts, and I've parboiled and frozen, I think 20 meals, and I still have a lot of Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to give some away, and then I don't know. I have more than I thought, but I don't know. I might get a few more meals. I might take some, harvest some, and take some down to the community center. And I have my Roadster tomatoes in. So this is a determinate variety that I get from Haas. And I just love them. They're big, beautiful, giant, round, red tomatoes, and every one of them is perfect. And it's, as I said, it's determinate, so I get the majority of them all at once. So we haven't got our door put in the back yet, which is kind of a pain because I keep going back and forth to the shed, but of course I have to walk all the way around. But we'll get that done. And it just wasn't high on the priority list because there was other things that needed to be done. And I've got some areas like here. I have to work this area before I get ready for planting. And then over on this side, I've just barely gotten this weed cloth down in the center here. And this is all, this is a lot of work to do here. And then over in this corner, down here, I'm not going to plant here this year because we have a yucca plant that it's growing from underground, and the actual main root is not inside the high tunnel, but we've got to get rid of it, and so we're having to use some stuff on it that you put it on. You cut the stem and you put it on, and then it sucks it back to the mother plant. And so I'm not going to plant anything in here this year because I don't want to take the chance of getting anything contaminated. And I decided I need to be able to walk through my rows. So I had some tiles that I had, and these were, I think these 2 of them are from the house, and then the other one was like a sample. And so I just put them there to make a little walkway across. And here I planted pole beans. This is, of course, my Swiss chard, which will go probably all summer long. And then I still have some carrots over here. I'm going to go ahead and let them mature, and then I will reclaim this bed space. So this all has to be worked. But that bed over there is all ready, and I'm going to put, I think, my San Marzanos over there, and I'll probably put my Amish paste on. So this is the south side of the high tunnel, and then I'll probably put my Amish paste on the north side of the high tunnel. And you can see I've got we've cleaned this out, which was wonderful. He did that for me, and he built me this little bench. And I've got cucumbers, asparagus, and these will be in the high tunnel probably until fall. Flowers, and then a bunch of tomatoes. I have a lot more seedlings than this, but they're in the barn dough under lights. But these I wanted to get out here and get them acclimated because these are all going to be either planted out here or they're going to friends. So this is going to be an interesting year with the high tunnel because it is all netted. So I'm only planting things in here that do not need pollinators. So that includes um, tomatoes, obviously, peppers. I'll do some peppers in here, and green beans. And then in the winter, of course, it's all brassicas, which don't need pollinators. So I think it will be fun. And I even have flowers in my green stalk. So that's kind of cool. So outside, so we moved this bed because we couldn't get the tractor through here. We've got it filled, and we're going to put a cattle panel arch in this bed and just put beans, I think, beans including scarlet runner beans, and flowers in it so that we can enjoy it. And then over here, this will get cleaned up. That's our asparagus row over there, and they're actually doing good. We're not harvesting much, just because they were transplants and they were pretty old, but we want to let them get established. So, but this, I think we're going to put sweet potatoes here this year because sweet potatoes are wonderful for choking weeds out, and we definitely need to choke weeds out. And then out here, we've got our alliums. So beets are coming up. I don't know if you can see them, but they're definitely coming up. And then potatoes. I've got 2 rows of potatoes, and the ones right here, they actually already popped up, and then I just took some compost and dumped it on top of them to basically to hill them. But they're starting to come up. I'm not even watering them yet. And this is something that is not widely published, or it's not super easy to find out. But when you plant potatoes, don't water them until you start seeing green, because if they don't have leaves, they don't have roots. And I learned the hard way, and of course they rotted, but I will probably get water onto these today or tomorrow because now I'm seeing leaves. And then over here isn't planted yet. And then back there, Pete has planted popcorn and I think some beans. But we're growing a popcorn this year that's blue. And it's not blue when you pop it, but it's blue. The popcorn is blue, the seeds. So here is our asparagus row. Obviously, that is a female plant with all those seeds. And that's amazing. It's really loaded. And we generally keep a few female plants because the commercial growers pull them and replace them with male plants because evidently male plants produce more spears. But we like having female plants because we like having seeds. And if you've never had a fresh asparagus, you have not lived. They are so different than what they are in the store. They're just amazing. So, oh my goodness. Doesn't taste anything like asparagus you get from the store. And I don't know whether it's because when you get it from the store it's so old or what it is, but those little spiny things, when I used to buy asparagus at the store, I always used a vegetable peeler and took those off because I'm like super texture person when it comes to food. And with fresh ones, I don't have to. They're so soft and so good. So our grapes are starting to leaf out. They're looking pretty good. And the thing that I'm super excited about is raspberries. And that one does not look so good. I got a little kitty cat. But this raspberry is looking amazing. And we've been studying raspberries of late and learned that the fall bearing raspberries, which these are, they send out canes all over the place. So hopefully in a couple of years, we will have a bunch of a big raspberry patch and be able to have lots and lots of raspberries because it's one of my favorite. The orchard is really fun this year because it's all budding out and we have blossoms, and we think we might even get a little bit of fruit and nuts this year. So these are all almonds, and the blossoms for almonds are just so pretty. But they are pretty much almost everything is budding out. We've got a few that are a little bit late, but we're not worried about them because they look good. So anyway, so that's kind of what's going on in the orchard. Oh, you can see I've got a nice big pile of compost over there. I get so nervous if I don't have compost, so I'm always pretty happy for that. But garden's coming along. It still looks small, still, but it will grow by April. We'll have everything in, including all the really tender things. Oh my goodness, the beans are coming up. It's always so exciting when something comes up. I don't know. I just think seeds are they're like magical. I just love them so much. You just plant this tiny little thing and then you get this massive amount of food. Speaking of, we are still on the pantry challenge. So it was supposed to be 2 months, but then we decided, oh, let's go another month because it's pretty easy. And so we still have not been to the grocery store or bought any groceries. Last time we went to the grocery store was December, and it's been amazingly easy. We like it. One of the things that we're trying to do this year is we're trying to, as we process things and as we, create our pantry items over the year, over the summer, mostly over the summer and fall, we're going to keep track of what we like, what we can, what we freeze, and then keep track of what we eat. Because one of the things we find, especially in the freezer, we don't really know how many we have. So the other day I did, I don't know, I think 20 meals of Brussels sprouts. And so I'm writing it down, and I haven't decided how I'm going to do it, whether I'm going to do just like a whiteboard in the pantry or just write it on a piece of paper. Anyway, I don't know yet, but we're definitely going to keep track of it because we forget what's in the freezer because we're not looking at it. The stuff in the pantry is not as difficult because it's visual, it's visible, but the freezer stuff is not. So anyway, so we're kind of toying with how to do that, but I am so ready for spring. I mean, it's here, but just barely. So tomorrow it's going to start getting warm. We should not have any cold weather again. And so I'm gonna plant out the rest of my tomatoes today in the high tunnel. And I don't know, I'm ready to plant everything. I just can't wait till my garden is just a giant, massive green thing. Um, so anyway, that's about all that we've got going. We're busy in a really good way, and we're just, I don't know, we're having fun. So I will hopefully talk to you soon. I love y'all.